whenever you want to expose people to this, we are there, and I will pop up your channel and do that, and I now can't see my own chat, so I'll just sit here for a second. And yeah, Double Dragon 5 will happen, and then we'll move on with our lives. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Alright, so here we are. This is Double Dragon 5, The Shadow Falls. You would be forgiven if you don't know anything about this game. We're gonna just get right into it, and because we'll just try to keep the schedule from falling behind. We're playing it on easy, only because that's just the fastest way to play the game. And we're gonna be doing quest mode, which has story, I guess. It's one match shorter, so that's going to be also like the fastest way to play the game. I don't know if character selection matters. We'll get into that in a second. This may be the most interesting thing about this game is you can like adjust your stats. I don't know if other fighting games do this. I'm sure some do. This is certainly like an interesting mechanic that you can dump all your points in strength or defense or your special attacks. I'm turning the special attacks off. We'll get into that in a second. Normally you would start the timer here, but I'm going to give you guys the lore, because we're playing quest mode, we might as well experience this together. I've never watched the cutscenes, because you usually just mash through them, so let's just find out what this story is all about. Jimmy Lee, my former apprentice, one of the ridiculous Double Dragons, without a second in command. Oh, there you go. So, the lore is that we want to be this guy's second in command. Yeah, we want to learn the arts of the shadow. I don't know if we're worthy of the honor. Only one can defeat the others that take a place in my shoe. No, side. It looks like shoe to me. Alright, here we go. We're not playing as Bimmy or Jimmy. We're playing as Sekka, who I don't think is in any other Double Dragon game. So start the timer there. Let's get into this thing. Here's more lore, and we're just going to skip right through it. Alright, so we're fighting ourselves to start. So here we go. We're gonna call this throw percent, because all we're gonna do is throw. You would know more of the lore if you watched the Double Dragon cartoon that came out around this time. That's where some of these characters come from. This character is not from the cartoon, so there are 4 original characters, but then others are from the show. So anyone who knows that show maybe can chime in on why some characters are really necessary on the roster. Who knows? But here we go. Yeah, as you can see, we breezed right through there, and we threw our way to victory. That's all we're going to do. That's literally going to be the whole run. I am sure that someone could learn special attacks and do a better job at running this game, and you gotta remember to press start between every match, because it's gonna keep trying to give you the lore. It's gonna keep trying to tell you about how you need to work harder to be his second in command. Here's Bones. He's really cool looking. I hope he's in the show, but if he's not, it was a... Oh, it's a low kick. Real shame. Yeah, Bones, I think, might be the contender for the other guy I might use to throw all the time with, but we want to Sekka, not for any real good reason. I didn't do a lot of research into playing this game. Let me give you the background on that. So, about 4 years ago, I was speedrunning all of the Double Dragons, which there's like 30 of them or something. And so I got to this one, and I played through all of the categories in one stream, and never played it again. and my times are still sitting at first place for 7 of those 8 categories on that board. So I don't think that you need to be particularly great at this game to put up a good time, mostly because there's no one else on that leaderboard because no one plays the Genesis version. I don't know if the Super Nintendo version is more worthy of your time, but yeah, that's going to be my general argument here, is that anyone watching this, if you think this guy sucks, I can do better, do it. Get over there, flood that board. I want to see just 50 runners take up the mantle and destroy my time on Double Dragon 5, The Shadow Falls on Genesis. You can also play it on the Atari Jaguar, which nobody has run, so you could be the king of that particular pile. There goes Jawbreaker. He can eat us. That's his special move, so do it. I want everybody to run it, even if you think you suck at fighting games. I suck at fighting games. I literally have no qualifications for playing this game, and I am still sitting on this board for some reason. Dave asked a question about health values. I don't have an answer, Dave, because I don't know anything about this game. I'm so sorry. If you want to know the answer to that, you're going to have to go to the game facts. And here we go. We're just going to throw Billy Lee into submission, like a punk. Yeah. Everything about this game, it feels as janky as it looks. I think we haven't had any missed throws yet. The input is a bit specific. You have to be close to them in a way, like you're pressing a button to punch, but if you're close enough to them, see, I just lived there like a punch because it jumped over me. We haven't done any. It's still throw percent. We haven't failed. I'll also point out, you know, I did say that we're playing it on easy. If you could play this on any difficulty. I didn't find it to be a particularly difficult game. The only reason that we're not playing on a higher difficulty right now is just because it's longer and there was only like a 15-minute time slot on the schedule. This was not originally on the schedule, and when Dave just put out the call for something short and meme-worthy, this came to mind. So here we are, throwing T Happy around. Feel free to chime in on what you think the T stands for. My particular favorite thing about this game is that the background art has like just 2 frames of animation. Just like really did not try. I'll go with it. Yeah, the T stands for T. Oh, he threw me! T-Happy is actually one of the more challenging ones for this strat because he's got a range attack, so I gotta like just walk in and get shot. But we got over it. If I were to kick him, he would explode at the end of the match. There's this thing where some enemies will have a special death animation depending on what move you use on them. And so T-Happy's is he just blows up. We're about halfway through. Sickle might be in the show. He can turn into a buzzsaw, so we're hoping we don't see that. Oh. Don't disrespect me. There we go. We talk about the trigger is what the T stands for. You are correct. You respected the lore. I appreciate it. The history of this game and where it stands in relation to the rest of the Double Dragon franchise is this is from that era where, we failed to throw percent. He jumped and I slashed him. Restart. This was that point in time where Technos was licensing out the IP to Trade West. So Technos had no involvement in this game. This was developed by Leland, who were primarily known for making arcade games like Ivan Iron Man Stewart's Super Off-Road. This bears no resemblance to that. Also, this guy can chain like long kicks on me like that and just really waste my time, so we're hoping we don't see that happen. But he's got just longer range than I do. He just walked right into my hands. perspective. So, yeah, Leland Corporation was bought out 5 months before this game came out. There was like a merger where I can't think of the name of the company. It starts with a W. Williams. Williams bought TradeWest, and I suspect that what happened. See, there you go. Countdown really had a problem. Countdown can turn into a rocket, by the way. It's very fascinating when that happens. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. Okay, he got out of it. You see, I'm on easy mode and I have like almost no health. I don't really know, like if you ramp up the difficulty, they just do a ton of damage. You take out in like 3 hits. So what I suspect happened is the company that made this had just been like part of a merger, and they just kind of didn't have any, like I think all of their good developers probably left. They made another game at the same time called Troy Aikman NFL Football. I'm gonna assume it came out the same month as this. I'm gonna assume that all of their budget went into that one. They put like their best men on that, 90% of their budget, and this was made by like 2 interns. The following year, Technos would make their own Double Dragon fighting game. It's called Double Dragon, and it was on the Neo Geo. So they clearly thought that they could do better, and they brought something to the table. Who knows if it was worthy of the Double Dragon name. I think people's reaction to this when it came out was primarily like, oh, Double Dragon's a fighting game, I guess, and I don't think that it was received well. You would have to ask someone who actually plays fighting games how it compares to other fighting games, especially in that era. I feel like it has no redeeming qualities, but, you know, if you were 6 and really into the cartoon, maybe this was the game for you. I found I had no problems with Ice Pick here. I did a practice run just before this and beat my record time by 3 minutes, so I just like threw that guy into submission. My previous strat before I did the throws, the first time I played this 4 years ago, was to just kick everyone. You can just mash the kick button and destroy them. But it's weaker. Also, the death animation is slower because they go, "Whoa!" And so when you throw them, they just kind of like fall to the ground, and so that's faster. Jimmy Lee, Jimmy Lee! This is definitely like, I would guess that of everything on the schedule, this is the most meme quality game possible. Like, there's really no... I don't recommend this game, but if ever there was an event that was destined to support something like Double Dragon 5, it was Moose. So here we are. Last year we did that Miami Vice hack, and this is... I would rather play that Miami Vice game 9 out of 10 days, but here we are. We are... we are 1 match away from victory. We're gonna fight the second in command, who's the final boss in this mode. You're not gonna get to see the shadow boss, unfortunately, because we're gonna be his number 1. If you input a secret code, you get to play as this character, but that's forbidden in the speedrun, so the community decided no. And by community, I'm sure like 1 guy, whoever set up that board, is the person in charge of those rules, but wow, she threw me over her shoulder. Murph, Murph. Okay, this one is for some of the marbles. What you don't want to see is them just jumping over you. I love that guy in the background who's just barely functional. His neck doesn't look right. Oh, that sweepy kick. Alright, time is gonna be when it says I win. Boom. We did it. So there you go. Double Dragon 5. We're gonna get a little bit of lore here at the end, I think. That might be the record. Yeah, there we go. We get the insulting text. I don't want to touch anything just in case it's gonna roll over. Yeah, there we go. Here's our lore. Here we go. As my new apprentice, I shall rule the city with you at my side. And that's it. That's all the lore. It's over, and we did it. Yeah, I mean, like, my timing's a bit weird because I watched the cutscene, but I do think that is technically the world record in the Genesis version of Quest Easy Double Dragon 5. So, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. It's hard to know how to react to this game. I would love it if even a single person was like, challenge accepted. I'm gonna become the new world record holder for the Atari Jaguar version. Which was developed by a different company. So, it might be slightly better or slightly worse. There's really no way to know. And the only thing left to do is put in our initials here, the only correct answer. Beautiful. All right, so thanks for being here. Thanks for putting up with this, and I hope that the next game is more worthy of your time.